Let's fix the root cause of back pain, disc degeneration, bulging, muscle aches, pains and strains, joint issues and damage, and not just the physiological causes. If we want to address this successfully, we need to be aware of the psychological ones too and address them. Let's start. You're probably wondering if you really need to be here. You might be thinking, hey, I'm getting by. Do I really need to learn how to prevent and how to recover properly from these aches and pains that I'm experiencing? I thought the same thing as a new personal trainer. I was getting by, my physique was okay, my posture wasn't terrible, and I could do most sports reasonably well. And while the pain wasn't keeping me in bed, little did I know what was on the other side. After learning the 8 principles, improving my posture, my biomechanical patterns, decreasing inflammation, damage, and pain, nowadays I actually train way less and live way more with significantly improved movement freedom, sense of lightness, agility, mobility, strength, all of that. Keep listening to find out what I really learned. After a deep, long year of introspection and courses and purpose finding and all that, I broke the getting by mindset, but I still had one major barrier. While I now knew that I really valued long-term health and movement freedom and had a vision for the homestead and the mission that I wanted to do with this life, the home that I wanted to build for my family, I still was far from success. If you're sitting on the other side of the screen right now and you're wondering if you're stuck behind the same barriers, then listen up. Watch till the end. You will get everything you need to finally break free from the stubborn pain and unlock the athletic ability and the ability to maintain your health through the years so you can go and live the epic life, doing epic things like I know you want to. Now, quick question. When you were in school, you had all sorts of subjects, but did you have one on how to take care of your body? You're probably running around, maybe you had an afternoon talking about nutrition at some point, but what about how to take care of your joints, of your muscles, how to heal from injuries, prevent injuries, how to improve your posture, solve aches and pains, improve stamina effectively, all of that? I went to a lot of different schools and I didn't see any of that, which is pretty crazy because how are we supposed to work and take care of our families, do great things with our life if we are constantly worn down by pain and dysfunction? We all have to learn our lessons here, either the fast and the easy way or the slow and the painful way. So I want to tell you, wherever you are right now, while it isn't your fault, it is 100% your responsibility. Nobody else can do this for you. Here is your opportunity to learn how to take care of your body, get out of pain, and unlock your fitness freedom. In John chapter 8, it says, the truth will set you free. Let's go. So here's a screenshot of a client that I worked with recently who had a ton of different muscle imbalances. You can see it in the shoulders there. These postural misalignments, a lot of physical discomfort accompanied with this, and it slowed him down at work. In just weeks with customized corrective exercise protocol, this tennis coach and ski instructor got back to working out the way that he wanted to, hiking, playing better tennis, trail running, all of that. After just one session, the first session, he noticed how much faster his serves were and agility improvements in his footwork as well. It really surprised him that just a few simple but targeted practices done for just a couple of minutes each could make such a difference. Obviously, his posture improved, his confidence shot up, and as I record this now, his week is full of demanding but fun ski instructing, tennis coaching, trail running, all with less pain and more movement freedom. Last summer, we even got together and hiked up Mountain of the Holy Cross, 14er in Colorado, and had a blast. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I had this client of mine do. My name is Noah East. I'm the founder here at Pain to Peak Holistic Fitness, and I'm a corrective exercise coach and postural alignment specialist. If you are watching this, then you probably want to enjoy more pain-free days at work and with your friends and family. You can move with freedom, stability, mobility, all of that is possible for you. Not to mention how attractive, healthy posture and functional athletic ability really are. That's a bonus. I myself wasn't too different from many of the clients that I currently work with. When I was doing my first internship in a physical therapy gym, I had a ton of different postural misalignments, mobility issues, movement pattern compensations, sometimes worse in my feet, sometimes my knees, sometimes my neck, shoulders, sometimes in my low back. And while I was active, strong, reasonably athletic, often basic life tasks would just be difficult or painful, like having a hard time lifting my leg to do a kick in martial arts, just weird stuff like this. And being introduced to, things like myofascial release, certain techniques and when and where they are effective in that gym gave me a great head start but I didn't have the whole picture. Still through the years, I couldn't sit or stand for long without pain in my lower back. My knees would ache walking back from work to the bus stop. While I could lift heavy weights, I could do the splits, I was working out, even yoga left me feeling tight, painful areas of muscle. As a personal trainer, a ski and snowboard coach, a hiker, I asked others around me, and I took note that almost everyone also had pain, injuries, compensations, imbalances, especially the personal trainers. Even though they looked fit, they were sore, clicking, their joints, they were getting injections, even surgeries. There was one day where I caught and lowered my dad to the kitchen floor as his back spasmed, and we had some painkillers in the cupboard from the last time that a flare-up happened, and that was a big wake-up call. And around the same time, I saw 3 other guys actually I worked with, and I saw them sitting loopy in an armchair, for months at a time because of back pain, because of herniations. Meanwhile, my own back hurt real often. And at this point, I knew all too well that it could get worse, no matter my age, that I needed to make a change. And God knows I really did not want it to get worse. I've seen what happens down that path. I also knew that I didn't want to just be addressing my ailments while ignoring the root cause. I thought that if I didn't figure out why I was getting hurt, why I was in pain, that all these things I was doing for my body, the massage, the PT, the chiro, the ergonomic pillows, the behind the knees in bed, all of that, the YouTube exercises, the supplements, all of these things would just be band-aid fixes at best, because they're really ignoring the 8 primary principles and the root cause. Through my continued education, I learned that I was making my own imbalances, my movement pattern compensations, my posture worse with the training and sports that I was doing. Basically training with poor posture, training with muscle imbalances, with bad biomechanics, it reinforces these in the neuromuscular system and makes them worse, kind of makes them harder to fix down the road. Just like any habits, the more we practice them, the harder they are to break. So it's better we start soon. When I would leave the gym feeling more pain, I knew that there was something that I was missing, and I started hunting really deliberately for that missing piece. And I know that I injured myself repeatedly while snowboarding and gymnastics and lots of sports, but surely, I could recover, I could get to enjoy a pain-free day of movement freedom. Fast forward a little while, my dad had been making steady improvements with his postural corrective coach, improving his muscle imbalances, his posture, his disc health, his joint stability. All of this had quickly allowed him to sleep through the night without pain for the first time in years. Just getting a good night's sleep. And the effect this had on his life is really significant. And I bet you understand, right? Starts with an easy 15 pounds of fat loss. More energy. He's able to do home improvements because his back doesn't hurt anymore. We built a chicken barn. We got chickens. 11 different chiropractors he's seen in his life that never really helped. They never addressed the root cause. But true postural correction, it made all the difference. And that's just another inspiring story that spurred me to invest even more in my education in this area. Tens of thousands of dollars and thousands of hours of studying, practicing exercise therapy, postural alignment, functional training, even a little bodybuilding. My body actually healed and got stronger than ever with this. I corrected my imbalances, and the odd setback from, a ski crash or a stupid deadlift, it isn't that big of a deal when you know how to heal properly. Obviously, we want to avoid setbacks, and understanding the principles totally helps with that. But the ability to recover, that's really important too. Now I can jump higher than ever. I can snowboard harder than ever. I can laugh through aqua yoga with my partner, climb the tallest mountains. It's not a big deal. Even running barefoot through national parks, whatever we want to do. The real one is I can sit at my desk for hours or on a plane or in the car without aching, without being distracted by pain. The more I learned about this, the better results my clients got too. Now I wasn't just another personal trainer. I started getting a lot of referrals. My reputation for helping people understand and correct their pain and dysfunction so they could get back to doing what they love, working, skiing, tennis, even housework that they neglected because of pain, that made business pretty easy. That was in Colorado. But here's the issue. Most people just aren't aware of what the 8 principles are and how important they are to having happy joints, healthy functioning bodies that last well into older decades. And if we do know how important these principles are, we might not know what we need to actually do to improve effectively. There's so much contradicting information out there. Some of it might apply to us, but not be super effective. Some of it might actually make things worse. We got to know what's right for us. And unfortunately, most strength training programs people follow in the gym can often make things worse by adding strength to dysfunction. It's putting reps and stress on your joints and whatnot in a way where it can't recover long term. You're adding damage. Many fitness programs, many fitness professionals focus on lifting with proper form, proper technique, and all of that. But if your body is imbalanced, if you have disc injuries, maybe compression fractures, something like that, mobility issues, muscle aches and pains, you're locked up, you're stiff, you got movement pattern compensations, all of that. Focusing on popular gym exercises is probably a bit premature. You might be ready for that at some phase, but we got to reel back and work on our foundation from the inside out. That's what we do here, is we focus on priority number one for the well-rounded, fit, active, pain-free life. I have made a lot of mistakes in my journey and I've had a lot of setbacks as well. I want to save you the trouble. I'm not saying that training is bad. I'm saying that the right selection and the right timing of exercises and the right intensity of them is important, as well as the integration of customized corrective exercise protocols, all of that to make sure that you get success and progress long-term. These exercises, or rather a whole strategy that we know for a fact is going to help us with our unique situation, our unique needs, our unique desires. Muscle imbalances are common and they affect pretty much all of us, and we can address them effectively. We know how. Some muscles are going to be too short, some too tight, some too long, some too lazy, any combination, right? But bones and joints are basically like puppets, and they're being pulled by muscles, the strings, and unavoidable principles. But you can learn these principles, you can learn about your muscles and how to control them better, and be the puppet master. Nobody can do that for you, but you can get a lot of really helpful guidance along the way. I believe that most injuries, even severe ones, can heal if the conditions are right. We all have to be responsible for creating those conditions in our body and outside of our body. More specifically, our alignment, our movements, our nutrition, our circulation, our sleep quality, and even the right amount of healthy stress. It's all part of the process. Once we assess the situation and the issue accurately, where tissue might be damaged, what areas need to be mobilized, what areas are locked up, what muscles need to be strengthened and re-coordinated, then we can create a blueprint, a customized corrective strategy. That's the starting point. We must figure out what actually needs to be corrected before we can do anything, because it might be ineffective, it might give us subpar results, it might be totally driving us in the wrong direction, making things worse. Do you want to know what essential first steps my clients go through? The first step is an in-depth assessment. If we're working with the information interpretation intervention model, which is the only effective model that I know when you're actually doing something worthwhile, then we have to start with good information. We'll look at your lifestyle, possible injuries, and on a 90-minute Zoom session with me, we'll assess your pain, your posture, your movement patterns, your mobility, flexibility issues, the things that you want to do with your life, the things that are important to you, that all make up the foundations of an effective intervention. The second step is actually to come on board as a client of mine, where we build a customized plan together with regular sessions that align with your priorities. And that can look pretty different depending on the individual. This isn't just PT stuff. We also design science-based protocols for reducing inflammation, improving sleep quality, optimizing hormones, weight loss, suggested reading, and even making the important stuff a habit. Because I know consistency is a problem for a lot of us, and especially when it's something new, we need to be good at installing or maybe uninstalling certain habits that got us in trouble in the first place. The third step is about setting you up for making progress, building muscle, enjoying your work, your growing athletic abilities, taking it where you want to go. It's about mastering the real principles so that you can enjoy long-term success, and we all go, wow, because you have a really inspiring story and you're doing amazing things. God bless if there is even a small chance you think you could benefit from this. Here is how you can get started for free. The next small, simple step is to click the button where you will schedule your first session. This is a free diagnostic session where you will get a much better idea of what is causing your lack of progress. We'll also develop a game plan for you so you can start making effective progress from this day forwards. No matter what, Pain-free fitness, here we come. This is a free session, remember. The one big issue is that there's only one of me, and I hard cap the amount of clients that I work with on a monthly basis so that I can make sure that all of my clients get enough one-on-one time with me to see great results. There's a lot of back-end support to this process as well. As a result of that, sometimes our calendar is pretty full and we'll do a client waitlist. So if you do see a session time that will work for you, then take it. Just make sure you show up on time, choose a time that'll work for you, because there is a $97 rescheduling fee if you don't let us know 48 hours in advance. This just helps us all make sure that we respect and make the most of our time. So when you click that link, you will choose a time that works for you. You'll fill out a few questions and hit submit. After that, you will get some reminders. Make sure you put it in your calendar anyways. Before the call, make sure that 1, you already have Zoom downloaded on your phone or computer. I'm going to be screen sharing. Zoom is what we use. 2, make sure that you show up on time in a quiet place where you can focus. I don't take calls with anyone who is distracted or driving, no TV on in the room. 3, make sure that you have a full battery or phone charger handy. Zoom uses a lot of battery. It's even better if you can just sign on with your computer as long as you have a webcam. And 4, if you have any images, x-rays, MRIs, anything like that that would be relevant, then please get them handy, get them ready, have them on your phone so that you can send them to me on the call. Nice, quick, and easy. No wasting time. If you're the perfect fit for what we do and you're curious about how clients of ours usually work with us over the long term to get lasting results that they love, get back to doing what they love, then I can walk you through how that works on the call. No matter what, show up for yourself, be honest, and you will get a ton of valuable insights, and we'll be creating that game plan so that you can get progress towards the pain-free fitness that you need. That's it. Click the button, book a time that works, answer a few of those questions, and hit submit. I look forward to supporting you on this journey and seeing the inspiring story that's coming up for you. With all the love you can handle.